Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're going to be playing this brand new tower defense game called Anime Reborn. I freaking really enjoy it so far. Out of all the games that I played, like most of them have either having a fall off, like they ruin their game with some type of stupid change or something like that. This game, it's always fun to get into a fresh tower defense game and really just get a feel for it. And today we're going to be talking about it talking about this one. So this one actually dropped with most of the features you'd actually want from a tower defense game off rip, which I was very excited to see. So let's get into it. So new player guide. First things first. It has overworld stuff that you have to collect. The overworld collection things are pretty simple to get used to. Before you kind of get into it, one of the things I do want to bring up though is they do have like one of those character selector things that didn't really make sense. It was like select one of your three characters, and it's like rare. They're all rare. Yeah, that choice means nothing. Let's be honest here. But they do have this thing called an index. I do want you guys to pay attention to this. An index will tell you if a character has pretty much a specific. That you will get level up rewards for getting every character in the game. As you can see, it does look like there are different versions of each character too. Could be shiny, could be so and so. As you can see, the could be the normal and then the shiny variant. But over here, as you can see, you do have to collect all the characters and you will get a bunch of rewards. Like I'm talking about a bunch. I'll probably put on the screen the rewards that I got whenever I got these for the first time. Very, very cool. Very, very interesting. So I'm just missing one of the epics, and that has to do with summoning. But we will get into summoning in just a second. I know a lot of people who get into these games, first things first, you want to know where do you get the rewards? Where's the good stuff? First things first, they do have a shop over here that does change every single day. So do take a look at this stuff. Like, for instance, you could get VIP and passes for in-game gold, which is absolutely insane. Already a free to play change. Of course, it's going to take a lot of like work to get to that point, but the fact that they're making free to play changes like that already put them a step ahead of most game developers today, without them being greedy as crap. Let's see. So we have the redeem codes right here. Talk to Luffy. Of course, I'll put all the codes down below in the description. I already used them. And of course, like I do have to shout out Pocket Tactics is the best website I've ever used for codes. They're always up to date. They get it every single time. They do have evolutions over here. You do have to craft evolution gear, as you can see. So there's like a bunch of craftables and stuff like that. There's also the evolve with your evolutions over there. Over here we have level rewards. These are rewards that you get personally as leveling up as a player. As you can see, the rewards do get higher, 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 higher as you get to that 30 plus stage, and you start to get to the end game level 100 and level 101. As you can see, it just keeps going up. It's very, very cool. Trait rerolls will be right here next to the summons. You have Gojo over here. The index, I want to get into this on my own in its own little video. We'll talk about that soon. We already talked about the index. Next, they haven't added any of this other stuff like the mounts yet. They do have the leaderboards. Bundles is just for cash stuff, but you could collect a couple extra gems over here. If you talk to this dude, he'll give you like some gems. The challenges are over here. The challenges are just for like evolution and really, really broken stuff. So that has to do with the overworld stuff pretty much, and the group rewards will be right here. Very decent rewards all across the world. Next, we're going to get into the summons and the area over here. You have the alchemy table right here, which gives you the ability to pretty much create these really broken potions, shiny potion, legend potion, free to play ways to get these really, really ridiculous things. And also basic potions if you really want to go down that route, but very, very cool. Next, we have the stat rerolls over here. If you already know how stat rerolls work, the more worthiness that a character has, the higher chance he will get with those stat perks. Very, very cool. And then the last thing for the overworld area is the shop. As you can see, there are characters here that you have to grab. There are epic, there are legendary. Very, very cool. So you do have to like summon. You don't get a bonus sadly for like summoning 500, like with the 500. You could just do single summons in this game, and it's totally fine. You do have the pity. and the rates are not that bad either. You do have 0.25% chance, so it's not crazy, but it is still pretty crazy. But with the way that they do the other stuff we'll talk about in a second, this is not really that big of a deal. Legendaries will cycle out, but epics and rares do not cycle out. They are just one big pool. So, like I said, the only one I'm missing is Zenitsu. So I'm still not gonna like stop summoning epics because I still need Zenitsu. But yeah, so the legendaries and the mythics do cycle out. So do pay attention to that. Remember, if you already have like the legendaries, they do have the buttons down here that you guys can use, and like there's less for you to worry about there. We'll let you know if you just click the index, by the way. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the units and everything else and all the little things about the units that you need to know about, such as some units have passives that are kind of seeable and then not seeable at the same time. So for instance, if we go to Aqua over here, the water goddess, you will not see her active skill. That is an in-game thing you will see. So you will never see the fact that she buffs you and gives you range. But if you go to characters like Vegeta and Uryu, you'll see that they have passive skills right here. Unit has a 25% chance to slow down enemies. Really, really cool. And then over here, we Saiyans have no limits, 15% increased range. So they do have like some little passives that you can get for certain characters, obviously. Some characters have them, some characters don't. As you can see, stun status effect on him, beast instincts, so very, very interesting that there are some characters that have that. And then obviously you do have your one type of character that's a farmer character, obviously. It looks like farmers do not get bonuses from leveling up, so don't worry about that. Sorry about that, I had to yawn. Okay. So over here, you do see that these characters, the one thing you cannot see is that these characters do have elements until you click on the view. Once you see that, you'll see the ground fire elemental unit with their DPS and their kills, which is very, very cool. So it does tell you the overarching DPS of the character. But of course, you can see the DPS as you get into the game too, and then it'll kind of go up. So I do want to show you guys that stuff in just a moment. Of course, the shop, I just want to shout out that the shop is actually not as criminal as you'd think. Most like other games where it's like ridiculous. You have your bag over here, areas right here, your profile right here, and your quests right here. The quests, of course, you have your dailies, you have your infinite quests, and then you have your story quests, and then your weekly quests. So there's no stopping the amount of trait rerolls, rewards, keys, all the stuff that you could get every single day. It's really good. So do pay attention to that stuff as often as you can. All right, so let's go ahead and get into a match real quick, and I'll just explain some of the core mechanics of the game, because there are some very, very important things you need to understand. And one of those things is legend stages, which I have not unlocked yet, but I've heard that they have to do with like the better version of what hard mode should be. And you also get these star challenges. These star challenges are very important. As long as you complete these star challenges, you will be able to get bonus rewards up to how many stars that you complete. You also have the main rewards here. I wish I could show you the legend rewards. They're very cool. But of course, I just want to get into this, and all the other stuff we'll talk about as we kind of get into the game a little further in future videos and stuff like that. Next, I do want to talk about traits. Very, very important that we talk about traits next. But of course, that'll be in another video. Do not forget, you have auto skip and all your good stuff over here. As you can see, you have indicators, animations, unstuck button, return to lobby. So of course, you probably already know how like all the main stuff works, such as just if you ever played like any type of tower defense game, you know that money makers are just there to make you a little bit of money. And then you have your main units over here. Hang on, and go. So I do want to show you guys the difference between the units, by the way. So one of those things is the unit UI. It's probably the most impressive UI I've ever witnessed in any like tower defense game ever, because they tell you the element of the character, what their role is, their damage percentage, and everything else pretty much that it comes with, the priorities, the selling, and the upgrade keys. That's all very easy to use. I do appreciate that, because there are some games where it's a little harder to use those keys. So as you can see, I can just kind of like go here, back and forth. Let's go ahead and put another dude right here real quick so I don't mess up. They do have different unit types, such as the explosive type unit, the shield type unit, the air units and stuff like that. Very, very important to distinguish those. So, of course, to beat shield units, that's just one of those things. We'll talk about like units in a future video. So let's go ahead and get these guys going. As you can see, I do love this little thing about Bulma, but she actually upgrades based off of, she upgrades her, like, her little building all the way to the capsule court building right at the end there. And it's actually beautiful. I do love that. It is great. But, yeah, besides that, there really isn't too much to go off of here. Besides the fact that you can do the upgrades and stuff like that. Some moves change, and everything else you will notice as the future of the game kind of moves on. Things will change. We will get into more like complex things in future videos because I don't think that I don't want to like talk too much about how do you say, too many systems, because then people will already be gone and they won't get the idea for the other things that I do want to talk about. Like, you know, people get bored of videos incredibly quickly these days, especially in the Roblox community. So I do want to talk about that other stuff in a future video. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. We'll probably be playing this game quite a bit because it's probably the most interesting I've seen. And I also have a fun video idea that I have going on, if you can't already tell, with Vegeta. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and peace.